Talking about people coming to limelight at a very younger age, Blue Ivy.
That girl don't win Grammy. Like she didn't even start at anybody's level.
Yes.
The industry is not a joke. It's a place where grown-ups come to make a living. Because most of these guys, the moment they are coming in early, they have to use maybe their brother or sister or mother as their manager. A lot of the time, they are ripped off. My name is Olaoluwa Somi. I'm a brand engineer, a content developer. But if you jam me for road, don't call me Olaoluwa Somi, call me Baba. If not, and you know it's the Revive podcast, and then we are here once again. Alpha.
I'm good. Welcome once again. My name is Oluwafemilala. You can call me your radio sweetheart because I'm your sweetheart. So we're here again. Like we never left. Coming back with amazing conversation like we do.
Mm-hmm. So, you know the thing, I feel like today's conversation is like hot, because I feel like some of the people that we even look up to in the world, more like the likes of Bobby Brown, the likes of this guy that did Home Alone, that became famous at a very tender age. Most of them, they were not good examples. Like most people blew up at a very tender age, which is why I feel like today's topic is like going to be very, very deep. You see me?
Talking about people coming to limelight at a very younger age, Blue Ivy. Yeah.
No. She just, let's not talk about her. You know why? Because she's just starting. But in itself, I mean, Blue Ivy, I mean, she was trending some days back when she and her mother was doing all those.
Yes,
That girl don't win Grammy. Like she didn't even start at anybody's level.
Yes.
So, the topic today is, you know, the side effects of early fame. The side effect of early fame. And I feel like, okay, let's start like this. Omida, I go ask you this question and then you go ask me the question. I'll give my opinion and you give your opinion. Do you think it's ideal for creatives to become famous at a very early age?
101 years. There's 101. Because for me, I like the fact that at a very young age, your parents, siblings, guardians already know what you want. Like I always tell people, at a very young age, try to carry your niche for yourself. Like if you have a child of 6 years old, always ask him or her, what do you want to do?
I was even talking about when you have the talent, when you blow up, when you become famous.
You have to discover yourself before you become
And now I know now. I mean, we talk about talent. Not everybody will get talent, they blow now. B. So it's a yes for you.
101.
Okay.
Like
for me, it's a no. And this is because I feel like people don't understand this. There is the industry. The industry is not a joke. It's a place where grown-ups come to make a living. Now, whenever you meet people coming together to make a living, there are gimmicks, there are, you know, ways that people can use you. And this is what happens. So the moment you're coming into the industry, especially when maybe your guardian don't even have an idea, because most of these guys, the moment they are coming in early, they have to use maybe their brother or sister or mother as their manager. A lot of the time, they are ripped off. So I feel like a lot of the time, even you, like, so you have maybe like a 15, 16-year-old child coming to fame. I'm not saying it's not possible. It's possible, but it's not ideal because even the child is not prepared enough to handle life. Talk less of when you didn't have the child have a career that is bringing in money, you know, fame, everybody's shouting, he will lose himself.
everything has gone out of now.
Agree.
You to be 16 and you're all out there and you think because he or she is 16, he or she doesn't need fame. It depends on who is the guiding. It depends on who is advising. It depends on who is going to be. I don't know.
In a word that somebody can sack their manager, who is their mother.
Like I tell you, you see, what I started with, when you're young, you have your niche, you try to understand what works for you. Your parents ask you questions, what do you want to be? Do you know that is the beginning of grooming? A lot of people that we see these days,
That's what I'm saying. It was where I talked about the industry. Most of even the people that you're talking about that they are the guardian, they don't even know about the industry or how to even navigate in the industry. Online class. How many people?
Yeah, online class that you can take.
Let me ask you. Okay, the guy that did Home Alone, did you realize that by the time he was all grown up, and then he was like a shadow of himself. Like even people who knew him from when he was small, because by the time he was all grown up and then he's been exposed to drug and all that, he was like a pale person. He was a shadow of himself. You could not even tell that he was the same person because he became famous. Now the parents might probably, do you even understand that at that tender age when the child probably starts to get money and a lot of money and all that, the parents too might be distracted with the money that they have. They start to live some lives, and so it's a complicated life that you have to be prepared. I'm not saying there are not people who don't eventually break out in life and then they make something out of their life, but it's always a lower percentage. The bulk of these people, they lose, they become distracted. Do you get me? For instance, Bobby Brown was asked if he was to go back in time and reset his life, that what would he like to change? He said he would like to change the fact that he blew up very early, because being blown. Okay, even Lil Bauer said at some point that he was going to strip clubs with some older brothers of his, the likes of Nelly. Now he doesn't do anything, but he's already been exposed to that life at a very tender age. I'm talking about age less than 15 years. He's seen, and almost all of these ladies want to have sex with him. Maybe not sex, but they just want to connect with him. And you never can tell. You have a child at that age going to strip clubs. Like, are you the wine me?
That's another thing. For me, I still feel that if there's a guardian and somebody who is in charge of the person.
Agreed.
And also for you to understand what you want to do. Now, goals and achievements are you dream the beautiful dream growing up. And if you feel like something is not working well, it's advisable for you to get an advisor. Now, I'm saying that because you said the brother can be the manager.
Yeah.
The sister can be the manager. And it gets to a point I said that, don't control me.
Yeah.
I pay your salary.
Exactly.
Without me, you're nothing.
Exactly.
Now, that depends on the mindset.
Which is
mental health. When you're now saying you want to go south with what's going on, you have a very good part going on for you in your career, and you say you want to deviate from that good part, it means you're having issues with your mental health.
Hold on. That's why we said they're young creatives. At that moment, do you realize that at the early stage of a talent's career, maybe when you're just becoming aware of the talent, a lot of the time you could easily become egocentric.
You know what?
Oh, so the moment maybe you went to perform in front of maybe like a 10,000, everybody shouting your name, hey, this car, and then there's no way you come back. Even grown-ups, okay. I'm telling you, even grown-ups, the moment you become exposed to stuff like that, there's a way that you feel like, you didn't want me. At that moment, you become insulted when maybe somebody sees you and they didn't greet you. They see me. That's what I'm saying.
You open to corrections, because at the point when the fame starts popping up, you need to get advisors that would bring you down. Yes.
How many people get advisor?
It depends on the agreement you have with the person. See, like I say, a realtor, a photographer, whatever you do, once you have a very good brand, it's advisable for you to have a team. And when you have a team, there are things that we call rule and regulation on how those things work. Now, if you go above the law, that is in the rule that you have, it's for you to be punished. Now, there's probably they are giving you a particular percentage at some point, they reduce it. So you have sense again. This thing
that you are just saying now is like saying it's what we even, because okay, let me give you an instance. I know an artist who at the beginning of his career, he was a very humble person. But then some of these things that you're talking about was the reason why the person started to revolt. Like shame Mujo Zuzu, because you don't have the right to take out of my money. Even I think that was allegedly, I don't know. That was even.
There was no agreement.
No. Hold on, no. Even if there's an agreement, you don't have the right. You cannot put in an agreement that if you mess up, you're going to remove my money. Just like you saying, oh, if maybe a Foden, who is maybe 17, 18, who plays for Manchester United, Manchester City, and then decide, oh, he's going to club. You're now going to say, oh, if you go to club and you don't come to training on time, that we're going to punish you and remove your money. No. How? You can't put that in a contract. That can be a punishment by the club. But just like what we were saying, the creative industry are different. The football industry is different. Maybe the graphic industry is, music is different. Do you get me? But a label cannot tell an artist, pay, if you're doing anyhow, they will remove your money.
So the fact that we're not talking about just music, we're talking about us, all walks of life.
Yeah, now that's what I'm saying. What we are saying is this. I'm glad that you mentioned it.
You can be a photographer and you're a celebrity too, and you have so much fame.
But I think it's almost impossible for you. It's almost impossible for you to see a 15-year-old photographer who is famous.
You can have them.
I said it's almost impossible. It's easier for you to have maybe a musician or a footballer who became famous.
You can have a photographer who is 15 years and it's very good.
I said it's almost impossible. You can find them, but it's almost impossible. Because even before the age that you start to become exposed to taking pictures, before people will then trust you with taking their pictures and all that, you need to get to a certain level.
So I have 3 people. I have a 16, I have a 19-year-old person, and I have a 14-year-old under the 16-year-old who is now better than the 16 years old. I think.
Which all the way. That's what I'm saying. Now, he's good or she's good. But the truth is, how many customers, how many people will be able to trust him or her with their job? You
don't really need to be behind the camera. You can be the creative director.
Okay, all right.
There's always an angle to everything.
Agreed. Which is what we're talking about. See, in my own opinion of why I said it's not ideal for a young creative to be very famous at a very younger age, it's because of how I feel like even grown-ups, like where would they yourself, you still don't understand how to manage your own mind, how to engage your mind, how to reset your mind sometimes, where you need to go for solace and then relax your mind. And a lot of the time, if you're too in tune or too wired to, the fame, the attention, the money, the girls, the booze, like you go all out, you come back, you head the bang, you want to sleep the whole day. If you are not disciplined enough, there's a way that you could even lose your life, because a lot of the time, if the mind is the part of us that enables us to manage our life. So if you don't have an understanding of how to manage the mind in itself, it's more like you're going to live a reckless life. So when you expose somebody that is very young to that fame, that industry, and we're even talking about the normal things, there are some other things that happens in the industry that is actually is crazy. When you talk about, I go talk. I go talk. All those all those same-sex bullshit, LGBT, LGBTQ.
For me, I don't have a problem with whatever.
No, I'm just saying that all of these things happening in the industry, and you're exposing a child that is not aware of these things to it, there's a way that it plagues the mind. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, this is not me castigating even anybody who probably wants to be LGBT or whatever. I'm just saying that when you expose a child, maybe a 13, 12, 14-year-old child to something like that, you're exposing that child to people taking heroin. Now, they're not going to tell you to take it, but when you see, just like what you said, peer pressure, when you see people do it, there's a way that you feel like doing it. I mean, you're a child, you have all of the money, maybe.
That's always tell people, it doesn't matter who you are, whatever industry you belong to, you're a banker, you're this, you're that, whatever company you do, whatever business you do, please avoid peer pressure. Because peer pressure affects you and it gets into your blood.
Wait, hold on. How do you avoid it? How do you avoid it?
One of the things I would always tell people that know who you are. I was telling somebody sometime, like years ago, I think my students, right? I was asking them randomly, what's your name? And the way they were saying their name, my ear was just doing tingling, I'm not one. So all 6 of you cannot tell me what's your name, and I can really understand your name, because if you tell me your name is Eguavon, I'm trying to understand what tribe it is. Like when you mention your surname, I'm like, where are you from? I want to be, because they're like, where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? And now the way you pronounce it too matters a lot. Now that is confidence. And also, some people, you like to make friends with people that you don't need to make friends with.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You're only going to do that when you gotten to a certain age that you could decide. more like discern between, oh, this person is, whatever you're doing is going to favor my future. Oh, whatever. That's what I'm saying. You need to get to a level. Wait, hold on, Chief. Make I ask people with their house. That's what I'm saying. See, that's why
I got to a level at the age of 12. I knew that I was not a female. Plenty already.
That's why if you go and check, the person that prayed for you prophesied that you are not just a normal child. The person that prayed, that named you, I can be a more. You are just not. They will tell you. Let me tell you, at the age of 12, the people who at that age are aware, they are in the level of Jesus. It was 12 years that Jesus was in the temple and he was talking, people were saying, so at that level, prophecy to my child, they pay, come on.
It's plenty. But for me, I think at a very tender age, once you're 12, you should understand what you want.
And then I think that works more for a lady, unlike a guy. See, I will tell you, a guy, sorry, I'm thinking Yoruba, like, before a guy brain go balance,
before a guy head go set.
It go reach around 19, 20, 21. That's when it becomes aware of, oh, I think this is the direction I want to go with my life. Most of the time, except for maybe a child that, because I have this guy who the dad was so strict. Even when the guy is not with his dad, he's scared. Like, oh, my baby, I hope my dad would not hear about this. Do you get me? In that consciousness, he can be cordial. Do you get me? But when you meet guys who, it will get to 20, 21, 22 before they will know. That's why a lot of the time, if guys blow up at the age of 17, 18, they become very rude. Do you get me? Because they have too many things going on in their mind. They want to impress a girl, they want to be seen, they want to show, say, them sabi dress and all. All of those things can fuck you guys up. Plus, I feel like, for a lady, when she gets to maybe a menstrual stage, that awareness of the monthly, it makes them more conscious and more careful, unlike a guy. Do you get me? So I feel like in itself, it's easier for a lady to be more matured way before a guy of the same age. Do you get me? So I feel like that could work for a lady at the age of 12. But at the age of 12 for a guy, you see they run around without patter.
No, that's of the old.
That's of the old.
They don't do that anymore.
Maybe because it was. Kenneth, don't do that. Can't you see that Cynthia is beside you and that's like your wife? So they are trying to caution her.
I tell you that we don't have soft guys. Some guys are soft now.
I'm not talking about soft. I'm talking about the awareness of how to take care of himself and all that.
What I mean, soft guys, you don't even have to be girly.
If you check kids like that who, that they're that conscious, you check out that it's the parents, maybe especially the mother, that's always extremely careful, teaching them, do this, don't do this. But if you go, maybe you travel to maybe places like Ondo State, where maybe public school, when the child is coming back, first go, don't go play football. When they come back, in trousers don't dirty, include don't dirty. But I'm telling you the truth. So at that age, they see they play ball up and down.
But for me, I always feel that. I have this. I don't know. I don't know. I believe this. That's the word. I believe that if you want to bear a child, you should be ready.
Now that's a conversation for another day.
Wait. The part of having time for your kids. If you are not available, I'm talking to people that are yet to give birth, or probably still. Some people say, Ashiwanta. I see the streets. All those kind of people. Both male and female. If you're not ready to bear the child, if you don't have time to take care of a child, please don't even try it.
I mean, that's even why we're here, Revive.
Please don't even try it.
Shout out to you for even bringing that up.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, we need to sometimes touch life, touch things outside of even the industry.
Yes.
Just touch life. I feel like a lot of it is a lot of mental preparation that needs to go into whatever.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Raising a child or getting
Absolutely.
married. Because how does somebody get married and then in 2 months you're feeling like you're tired of the woman you got married?
Mm-hmm. That is for you to know.
How do you sign a till death to do us part? And then
if you're not ready, just don't go to the altar.
Part, and then after 2 months you are tired. Like it's like you saying, oh, you signed a 40 years and 2 months into the job you say, I know they're going.
Like
so, like how?
You know one thing I always tell people: if you cannot take, if you're a female, you can't take the other gender's bullshit. Don't even try it.
I mean, that's why.
If you can't take, if a male cannot take a female's
How do you
bullshit,
cut
don't even try.
somebody
The reason
for
I'm saying is
6
because some people, they get tired easily. It's not because.
Let's not. You know what? Maybe because I feel like this conversation.
No. It's we are still in line. We are still in line.
I just like because the question I want to ask now is how do you date somebody for 6 months, decide you want to marry the person, then got married, did a lot of the celebration, and then 2 months after, I'll calculate it, 8 months plus 2 months. 6 months plus 2 months, that's 8 months. It's not even up to the time that they give it to each other. Like, can't you just calm down? Like, how do you then 2 months after the wedding say?
Have you heard the word love killing me I die? You've not heard it? Love killing me I die. When it gets to love issue, my friend will see. I don't talk about people that I love because sometimes some people don't even understand what love means.
I agree. Like for me, now people might come and say, I don't know what love is.
No, I don't think you do.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know.
You sold me out like that.
It was intentional.
I lie.
And that's period. It was intentional.
It's always good when you ask these questions because so like you'll be able to know you.
No,
your friends.
Yeah, no, it's
Okay,
good.
It's not my friend. How do you say? I was even trying to make. I just talk and just hear what you're going to say and then.
You know why I said it? Because you're like 6 months. 6 months is okay now.
I'm just saying when
If it works for you, if it works for you, get married. 2 months after you can complain, but don't say you want to get a divorce.
I'm just saying, 2 minutes notice is not good. How can 2 months married? Like, let's not. You know what? Okay, so
you know why? Now let's now go back to the topic.
Exactly, which is the question I want to
now, okay, you want to ask me a question? Okay, that's fine.
What do you think are the side effects of people getting famous? Like people getting fame at a very tender age. What are the side effects?
One of the side effects that I know or I've heard people talk about and like a conversational is I'll still go back to that peer pressure. Because that peer pressure is just a word that has got a lot of branches.
Yeah, I agree.
And sometimes you might not even have the IQ, that is the knowledge for that fame.
You just saw, did you see what I said it wasn't ideal? Like, me and you go see. Because this was what I was talking about.
Because knowledge is key. Without knowledge, you cannot be great.
Do you understand that? For everything that you're going to do, it thrives on knowledge.
Absolutely.
So, when you have that knowledge, then your IQ increases. So, what it means to be immature or premature or young is that you don't have the right knowledge, you don't have the right exposure. For instance, now, you meet a lot of creatives, which is one of the side effects of becoming famous.
Yeah.
Kids are not wired to function in a system. More like wake up this time, go to work, come back. They are not grown up to do that. So a lot of them, they are not disciplined enough to function in a structured system. So take for instance, maybe you are managing somebody that's 16 years, and you guys are supposed to get to maybe NTN's office very late. Very early. But you guys went to a show the day before and you go home, had to rest. But because there's a child that is not wired like that, he needs enough rest for his body to get back to the right frame before he would then stand up and say, oh, let's go. That's why most of them, when you wake kids up, they're still drowsing.
First off, I won't manage a 16-year-old.
I'm just saying, for instance, so imagine that now you have to get there by 8 o'clock. But then you guys went for a show a day before. Who is that on? It's going to be on you, the manager.
Yes, so
if you allow the child on his own, maybe the child don't even want to love Bekolo.
It's big.
Onkulos.
I knew that this conversation will make you say that word.
Because those are the side effects. Onkulos. Oh, you want to be high. So imagine Bekulos be everything. Because even adults, sometimes they get to a realm where it's hard for you to be able to compare.
Me, I don't know. I've never seen colos, so I don't know what it looks like. But I hear that sound.
I've not seen colos.
I hear that. I hear that rhythm.
If you go on social media, just type onkulos. Just type onkulos. Onkulos.
But one thing
I believe that a time will come in this world that angels will be coming down and taking people, say you tell you before you die, but you are going to hell. That you don't even know. Because like we have a lot of tradition that is just outside of normality, like it's just abnormal. Because how do you get to the level where you say, Uncle?
That means I'm sure you are not in this world anymore. Probably if there's any word more than cloud nine, that's where you belong to.
Vibe podcast for these things. I mean, I believe that it's becoming serious now. The conversation is becoming serious because we are getting to like a very sensitive.
Absolutely.
I feel like a lot of it, you guys want to have fun. So this is what I tell you. This is your mind. This is the level that you call normality. When people fall below that normality, that's when they become depressed. When people want to get high, so they go beyond normality. What I'm saying is this: for every time that you get the mind, which is the conscious mind, to go high, it doesn't always come back to the normal. At the point, the normal becomes boring, which is the normal state of mind. That's the point where your mind can easily soak in as much knowledge as possible. That's why it's called the natural state.
And you see that natural state.
So for every time,
find the one that works for you.
Yes, now for every time that you take that mind, that conscious mind, you excite it beyond normal. You take it up. It gets to a point that it's no longer normal. It's at this stage. You don't hide.
Take it outside.
So you take it up. That's why it gets to a point where their conscious mind could not align with reality anymore.
Okay.
That's what you call insanity.
Absolutely.
For some of them, when they stop, then they become depressed.
Yes.
Because now nothing can excite them anymore. So
Nothing.
they're looking for. So what I'm saying is you are doing your mind more harm than good every time. See, if I never.
It's not even your mind alone.
Just,
your health, self.
Now,
your
I'm
health.
doing this at the expense of my own relationship, my municipal. Now, it's not only here that I never take colos before, but I've taken weed before. But of course, I want to advise your father, you, not your father. I want to advise you. That's why I'm telling you this. For every time that you exact the mind beyond normal, that's why a lot of the time you get to a point that you are telling them some things they can't comprehend. Like you tell them now, they leave and then
they cannot assimilate.
Because that part where the exact does not even store information. It's a conscious mind that stores information. But let's not go too deep.
But the thing about it is that the thing about it is wherever you are, whatever you do, when you take something or you do something that is not adding value to your life, I'd advise you to stay clear. Not stay clear because of yourself, because of the people that love you.
You even know the thing is I'm happy that you're saying this. Shout out to you.
Just take it.
The only thing where I know just like about it is they set me up, say I'm not a lover man.
No. that one is one side.
The truth is this. Before you can even know what adds value to your life, you need to have an understanding of what life is itself.
Love yourself first.
That's what I'm saying. You even need to know yourself before you can talk about love. If you don't, you cannot talk about a stranger and say you love somebody that you've not seen.
Love yourself.
So until you know yourself. So what I'm saying is this.
No, let's use the word love first.
I could use
it now. Use it. Love yourself.
It's not hard for me. I'm not against love.
Do what works for you. Be at the right place at the right time. Hang around the right set of people.
Beyond that, when you need to know life before you will be able to know what adds value to your life. If you talk about the body, you need to know the body before you know, my body is protein derivative. If I take maybe things that are against that, it could make me, maybe for instance, you take alcohol, the body is not designed to break down alcohol. That's why sometimes it would damage something in your body, maybe the liver or lungs or whatever. The same way, the body is not designed to digest smoke. So when you take it, it harms the lungs. So until you know what is life, you would not know what adds value to that life. The same way when we're talking about the mind. If you don't know how the mind works, smoking will excite you. That's why they call it pleasure. It will excite you. They feel like, almost, I just smoke, my eye just they go. But in itself, when you know how the mind works, you will know that that's not adding value to the mind, because whatever you do that makes you forget information, because the mind is designed to soak in information, and then you're taking and then you're forgetting ideas in your head. That's not adding value.
Now you talked about smoking and also just smoking, right? You made mention of smoking. Do you know that some people, when they take pineapple, yes, they go blank.
Some people.
That's what I'm saying. No, they go blank. But we have some people who still do these things and they know that it's harmful to their body. Now, I don't want us to just stay on the part of smoking, drinking, and everything. There's some things that you take that is harmful to your body. Yes. And because you feel like, this one said, it is sweet, now let me just do it. Yeah. My guy, exactly. My guy, you're not doing the right thing for yourself. Now, A girl told me that when she takes pineapple, she goes like everything, eyes and everything. She still likes it because it's sweet. Then she no get motor. When she enter bus, the smoke from the bus comes on, and she has fainted. She has fainted at least like 6 times, taking public bus and also eating pineapple. And she's a creative. See the angle. So if you know always know what works for you. Oh, you are going deep. Oh, you like to be late.
How do you
Yeah, but what you said, I'm expecting.
Like almost every second. How do you take pineapple and then you go? Now I don't know if there's a disease like that or anything, but then, I mean, shout out to everybody, every creative out there. We're just trying to let you know that the industry is a very sensitive industry, and there's so many things that you could be exposed to. For like what she said, prepper is one of it. One of the things that causes prepper is when you start to get that fame and you start to make money, there's a way that it brings people around. You don't even know who they are. You don't even,
that's where you work like this.
You're showing the network. You see. I show that network. You only work like
some people even develop natural hunchback.
Exactly.
Because of fame.
But we follow you too. Some people no go where I eat, but their feet no go touch ground. Like, so the drama is always.
I'm here to find that one. No.
The drama.
I don't know. I've never seen that one before. I was just saying you've not seen it before. This is my own.
I've not seen it before. I can imagine. But that's the truth. You get it? So I feel like a lot of the time, you're treading a very sensitive part.
Yeah.
For instance, I'll tell you one thing. So I got into this. I was young when I got into the industry when I was Angela, but I was already a graduate. But here was what happened. I was not exposed to the industry yet. So the first time I saw Lolo, and this is...
First time you saw who?
Lolo.
Oh, okay.
She can testify to what I'm about to say. The first time I saw her, you know what? I greeted her like this. And then she was like, "Bullets, my mom." Because it wasn't...
That was not the norm.
Exactly. If you say you are even if you are not coming artist, there's a way you are supposed to have the aura of a celebrity and carry yourself. I don't know how
all those fine boys.
Now, the first video shoot I went to, I saw how video directors and other guys were touching the video big scene. It was very strange. I saw people, and this is me being real. I was a graduate there. But I saw people coming to the set and then they were naked, and then it was very new. As in, it was so new that somehow they were like, hey, which guy, where are they? To get me. And then after the video shoot, I saw people picking the video vixens and saying, this is what I'll carry go. And the girls were not even, they were not like trying to. So imagine if you have a 16-year-old vix come to that set. Now, that's not a thing. She doesn't like to be touched anyhow, and but then she saw the other girls, because these girls need to do these things to get the favor of the directors, that the next set, the next video shoot, they'll be there. So they have to give themselves out to these guys. And now this 16-year-old who is not exposed, that's not a thing. But then she probably had to go through that for people to be able to, for paper, like you said. You realize that will do more damage to her mind, because our conscious self would not allow that. Now she had to bring out her consciousness. She had to submit her consciousness to be able to get the job. Or maybe you're getting the job and somebody is touching you in there and saying, oh, I want to sleep with you. The more you're doing it, you're doing more harm to your mind, because your mental state is against what you're doing. Do you get it? So a lot of the time it goes deeper. So I told myself one thing when my contract with my label expired. I told myself that if I'm going to get back into the industry, I need to be there to make a change. That's why if I'm working with you now, if I'm branding you and that's what you want, I won't stop you. But if you want my advice, I'll tell you, brother, there are better ways to do these things. If you want my advice, because most of the time when I'm branding you, I'm picturing 10, 15 years ahead of time. If I'm even branding somebody, I'm asking you, do you think maybe in the next future you might probably have political ambitions or anything? Because if you have an ambition like that, there are routes you would never take. I would not allow you maybe do a tattoo and expose your body, because a lot of the time it paints a perception that you're not the serious type. So
in Nigeria?
Anywhere in the world.
In Nigeria?
Anywhere in the world.
You think?
Have you ever seen Obama come out and showcase tattoo?
Might have a tattoo, but not showcase.
I'm not saying they don't have it. Have you ever seen him come out and say, oh, I have a tattoo? in itself, there's a way that they know. They might tell you, oh, you can do whatever you want, but they know for you to be able to get to that level, that height, you need to maintain some.
You need to be prim and proper.
Exactly.
So you made mention of some video vixens. Now, I want us to quickly go to universities. Now, as a young child, if you have elder siblings that are all grown up, probably they are graduates, master's graduates, PhD and the rest, or they've gone through diplomas and all of it, and you don't ask them questions about life, you are sleeping. Yeah. Because those are the people that would advise you on how to go through school. Now, you can be intelligent and not be smart. Yeah. Try to be smart and also be intelligent at the same time. Because we're talking about students of law who came out with 5.0. And a lot of people were saying that, a lot of people were saying that, and I'm not going to call the name of the school, a lot of people were saying that that student, she's too timid, she's too kinnick. And I made mention, I said, probably that's the goal. She did set that goal for herself, because that's the first in its history. She did set that goal for herself and she has accomplished it. That is what she wants to do. Now, if you want to confirm how she got to that height, it's about people that she's got around her. Yeah. I'm yet to talk to her. I'm yet to have a conversation with her.
Shout out to you. That's even, what we were saying, because we're going to be running on very soon. That's what we were saying, that the only way it's best for young creative to maintain that thing, you said, they need to have guidance. Somebody that they respect. It's not just, let me say you could just say you get guidance. Somebody that you respect, that you know that, you don't go feel look the person.
Absolutely.
That keeps you in check. So whatever the person says, most of the time, it will be the person that would guide you. Whatever the person says, you can follow.
Please don't have one guardian.
And that one said,
yes, don't have one guardian. Have male, have female. If you're a guy, have a female guardian, have a male guardian, or guardian safe. Now, whatever they tell you, ask questions from everybody. Now, sit down in the comfort of your home or your thinking, and wear your thinking cap in your corner, and try to understand which one works for you. Yeah. The one that works for you, grab it. Make use of it. The one when it work for you, throw it or even burn it and focus in life. Because you see, in this life, you are responsible for yourself. Yeah. When people say I have mental health issues, I'm bipolar, I'm kinnick, I'm like, you are going to low for anyone. Because you refuse to understand that you are the. You are yourself's guardian self. You are asking, you are getting you are trying to get counselors and guardians outside, people that are more older than you, especially in life, age-wise and all of it, and experience. But you yourself, you should always understand that me gets my life. Yeah. If I go the wrong way, it's all on me. Yeah. If I go the right way, it's all on me. Yeah. That's it. Period.
All right, so I'm going to be reading one tweet before we then round up the session. This person, it was from a certain JMagnum69 on Twitter. She tweeted about the side effect fame, which I'm only reading. She said, it is what happens to a lot of celebrities. The side effect of fame, they start to think they are better than everyone. Now, this is side effect of fame. But now imagine that somebody who is younger thinks he or she is better than everybody else. Do you know the amount of ego? The amount of ego moving carpet. A carpet that is woven out of ego that should be
working on. Just like the carpet of Aladdin. The Aladdin carpets. Don't follow it.
And then she said that they can get away with anything. So they think that they are better than everybody and they can get away with anything. And that they are always right about everything.
We wish them all the best.
Imagine that if an adult had that mentality.
Let's not go deep into that one. Let's just talk about the cool cat and the old cat. The cool cat, the cool cat, the old cat, the young cat, and all the cats.
Do you know? I feel like we should. Maybe it's just that we don't want.
The reason why I'm bringing this cat issue, the reason I'm keeping
to become a ghost.
The reason why I'm talking about this cat issue is because of that thing costs a lot of buzz for like a week plus. And for me, personally, I know the new cats, I know the old cats, and I also know the middle cat. I also know the cats that failed. That's not that. Everybody has got yours.
So you came up with middle cats.
Middle cats, New cats,
cats,
old cats, and cats that failed. Yeah.
You're worse than the person that said this. I swear it down. So shout out to everybody. This is the Revive podcast. And we were just talking about how there's an effect for you, for people who blew up early. And we talked about peer pressure.
Absolutely.
How that could be an issue.
Yes.
And also, how, we said a lot of things. I mean, we should be able to pick one or two things from what we spoke about. One of those things that you need to pay attention to is the fact that we use our mind for everything. The mind is designed to gather knowledge. When you are exposed to an industry that has a lot of shenanigan, a lot of tricks, a lot of, there's a way
gimmicks.
Exactly. There's a way that it could affect the young minds because you are not even, capable enough to be able to maybe discern or decipher the good ones from the wrong ones and all that. So if you're a young creative, our advice to you would be that you should find guidance. People that you know that they've made something with their life.
In whatever you do. In whatever you do. You might even be a lawyer. Whatever you do.
If you're a lady, listen to me now. I'm speaking to you now. So be careful. Scare me. You should be careful. If you're a guy, no go for.
No go lose guard.
If you lose guard, if you get person around you.
Like I'll tell people, if you sleep on a bicycle, your accident go fatal. You go fatal.
Like if you sleep on Okada.
What do you call it? Bicycle. You're riding a bicycle and your eyes is closed.
After we don't talk, we don't bash ourselves, we need to find something to just relax the mind.
Cool off.
Because go good in this Lagos, Wala and everything. Make you come off for to make you still get anger for body.
No. Just like I said, you don't know love.
I'm better go hold you for clothes. Maybe they can follow you talk. Maybe talk saying, the problem is I can just hold you for clothes, like say.
So you expect that
what we're going to do is, how we do it. We're going to pick something. So I'm going to pick an English.
Check the box now. I don't know, maybe that one you have put something on the body. Because when you carry it, you did very fast. Yeah. Okay. Let me close my eyes.
No. And then I'm going to pick, and then I'm going to give it to you. You're going to read. I know my producer. Producer is always trying to argument to shame people. So if you want to shame me, and then.
Okay, let's go. So A is the father of B, but B is not the son of A. How is that possible?
I need a barrel for that. This is arithmetic. Okay. A is the father of B.
But B is not the father of A. How is that possible? That is the question.
Hold on to you. How many questions?
That's the question. It's just one question. A is the father of B, but B is not the son of A. How is that possible?
B is not the son of A. And now, like A is the father of B, but B is not the son of B. Maybe it's a stepfather.
How is that possible?
It's a stepfather.
Is that your answer?
Wait, calm down. I don't like this.
No time to check time. No time to check time.
Father of B, but B is not the son of A. Father-in-law. No,
is that your answer?
It's a stepfather, Sha. Let's not say.
Is that your answer?
Yes.
What's your answer?
Stepfather.
Okay. B is the daughter.
Wait, hold on. That's the answer. Daughter. Don't give it to me now, producer. Producer, that ain't do me.
Sure, you don't want me.
All right. Shout out to everybody.
All right.
Boss.
So in case you've not checked out the introduction.
Disclaimer, calm down.
Okay.
I'm not a dollar. I just missed that.
All right, so in case you're yet to like, subscribe, and leave a comment on the Revive podcast on YouTube, I'd advise you to check us out because we got what you want and we are the people you've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Now we didn't wait for since.
On YouTube, on Facebook, on Spotify, on Twitter, everywhere. We are Revive_visuals, and trust me, I mean, we've been doing this now for a moment, and for every comment that we've gotten, it's been back to back. Something that will make you laugh, stick to you. I don't want to throw bomb now.
Okay, that will teach you. Let me help you. That will teach you and also enlighten you. Now, the thing is, if you get to check it out, I'd advise you do. If you've got friends, loved ones, then you know that they need this. Because sometimes when you're seeing a video of a particular content and you feel like I'm referring to this thing is very into somebody, I'd advise you to share with that person because you are helping them. So we are here for you. We are not counselors.
Yeah. Disclaimer, another disclaimer.
We are not therapists.
I'm not a doctor, but I call myself Dr. Bababa.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a therapist.
But you call yourself?
No. Well, it's in long here now.
I'm not a doctor, but I call myself your sweetheart.
We are not therapists, we're not doctors.
Yes, we're not.
We have some form of experience in the industry and then we could guide you and say advice. That's what we're doing. Now, if you think your issue is more than what I can, you need to see a therapist, a doctor, a counselor, or whatever. You see me?
So that's for you.
So have a wonderful
Pray and work. Don't just pray and don't work. You pray for yourself and work on yourself.
Pray and work. That's the advice. Now, send somebody this video to watch it.
Yes.
Have a good day, guys. See you next time.
Peace.